MakeupEsquire, and today we are not doing makeup. I am showing y'all how I am recovering after my procedure that I just got done last night at Dr. Emer's office in LA. As we all know, the first step to good makeup is good skincare. And on my channel here, we are all about being the most confident version of ourselves, and makeup helps me do that. If y'all didn't know, I started falling in love with makeup at a very young age because I suffered with cystic acne ever since I hit puberty. So pretty much in 6th grade. Hey Kat, welcome. How are you? So ever since I've suffered with cystic acne, and then the cystic acne left me with scarring. And so now I'm battling the scarring. So I've been going through this acne and acne scarring struggle for about 20 years now. I'm 32 years old, and I was able to get in with one of the best physicians in the world that's known to treat acne scars. So a little bit of a trigger warning here, but I really wanted to be very transparent about my progress. And so we are live here on my YouTube channel, and I wanted to just open up this platform so that I can answer any questions. If any of y'all have any questions, if any of y'all are interested in doing this, I highly recommend Dr. Emer and his team. They were very hospitable, very professional. I live here in Ventura, so his LA office in West Hollywood was the closest to me, but he also has offices in New York and in Miami. But yeah, so I'm filming some content here on my iPhone next to me, and I have y'all propped up here live on my iPad. So if y'all see me kind of deviate over here to my left, it's because I'm trying to put together kind of like a vlog style video to show y'all this whole process. No, I didn't see Sun's Instagram post. What did it say? Still sick, but planning my shopping spree once I'm feeling better. Okay, I'm sorry to hear you're still sick. I hope you're recovering as quickly as possible. All right, so I'm so grateful that Dr. Emer and his team were able to get me in pretty last minute. So I was at his office late last night. I woke up a few hours ago, and I have a list of instructions here that he has given me to follow this strict protocol. So phase 1, immediate recovery, day 0 to 2. And one of the most common questions that I already know I'm going to get is, did it hurt? Yes, it did hurt. And if you are not following me on Instagram, my Instagram is at MakeupEsquire, and Dr. Emer has Instagram accounts as well, where he shows him doing this procedure on a lot of people, before and afters, etc. But the most recent reel up on my Instagram is a collaboration reel with Dr. Emer and his team, so, and his 2 other accounts. So you can actually see the procedure in action. Oh, amazing. I'm so happy for Sun. I'll have to go check it out. So, yeah, if y'all are interested in going to see more of Dr. Emer's work, feel free to check out his Instagram account. So right now, on day 2, I woke up, my face is feeling kind of tight. It's incredibly swollen, if you can't already see and tell. It's probably like twice the size of my face. But I'm going to be showing a lot of before and afters, so stay tuned for that if you're interested. If, like me, you are trying to get the best skin you can possibly have, then yeah, I highly recommend going in for a consult. Oh, okay, they're limited on my collab post. Interesting. Okay, I didn't know. Yes, thank you for informing us of that. So yeah, I do see that sometimes Dr. Emer limits some of the comments on his posts. I didn't do that. I welcome comments. So yes, that's why I'm opening up this platform here. By the way, for YouTube, I'm dressed. please do not demonetize me because I am dressed, okay? I'm not naked. I probably should have done that in like the first few seconds of the video, so hopefully they don't take my video down. Okay. I just thought about that, y'all. I'm probably gonna, okay, I've lowered the camera a little bit just so that YouTube can see that I'm dressed. Okay. So the first thing that I had to do this morning was do a vinegar soak for 5 to 10 minutes. So I have this bowl here. It looks a little bit dirty because I've already done this part. I basically just, as I was like setting up this live, I have these Clean Skin Club towels, which you can find on my Amazon storefront. I will link them in the description box below, but I love these towels because they're disposable. And you can just use these when you wash your face instead of using like your same like grimy towel that you use everything else for. So highly recommend getting these. And so I've been using these Clean Skin Club towels. So here is my bowl with my water and vinegar soak mixture. This is, I'm assuming, to help prevent like, what's it called? To just kind of like keep it clean, you know? Infection. Thank you. There you go. Okay. And then step 2 says rinse with cool water. Okay. So on days 0 to 2, I think because the wounds are still open, I'm not going to be using any type of like cleanser other than just vinegar and water. So this is my cold water bowl here. There really isn't that many steps, y'all, so this video won't take long. So let me just turn and film a little video. If y'all can just hang tight on me doing this step 2. I'm just trying to be as informative and educational for people as I possibly can. All right, so step 2 is to now cleanse with cool water only. So this is my clean, cool water bowl. Now that I have cleansed with my vinegar and water mixture, this is step 2. I put some ice in this bowl, so it's nice and cooling. I know this looks really scary, y'all, but I really am in no pain at all. It just feels tight. It's not painful. I'm not gonna lie, during the procedure yesterday, that was painful. And then right after the procedure, I was in a significant amount of pain on the drive home. But I had my AC blasting on my face, which helped. So I had to like immediately put cool air on, and that helped. But then after like that first hour, the pain started to subside. I woke up this morning. I was in a little bit of pain, maybe on a scale from 1 to 10, like a 2 or a 3. But then that didn't last very long, and now I'm not in any pain. So the procedure itself isn't for the weak, I'm not gonna lie, but like my dad always told me growing up, he said, no pain, no gain. And beauty is pain, isn't it? So if you've ever suffered with acne scars, you know how stubborn they can be. And as you can see, I have a medium to tan skin tone. I'm Latina, I'm Mexican American, and for people of my skin tone and darker, there aren't very many physicians that know how to treat us because we are more prone to hyperpigmentation and melasma. And that is one of the things that I went to go see Dr. Emer for, is to help not only my acne scarring, but also my melasma and my hyperpigmentation that I was left with from trying to treat my acne with hormonal birth control. So I do not recommend that. I ended up getting on Accutane, and that was the best decision of my life. But I got on it way too late. I should have gotten on it when I was young, but for some reason, dermatologists hesitated to prescribe me Accutane and instead wanted me to get on hormonal birth control. And I probably could have avoided a lot of this had I just first started out on Accutane. So if any of y'all moms have kids that are suffering with acne, and it's cystic acne like mine particularly, I don't have kids of my own, so I'm not one to advise on how to parent. But if you have the means to, and I'm very grateful that my parents even tried whatever they could to take me to see dermatologists. So I would highly advise you to do what you can with the means that you are able to, if you have the means, to try to prevent your kids from having permanent scarring, because when we're young, especially if you have boys, I have 5 brothers, and I know that they didn't care about their acne when they were younger, and now that they're older, now they're wanting to treat their acne scarring. And it's so much harder to reverse acne scarring than it is to just nip it in the bud. So if you have, whether it's girls or boys that are young, and if they're suffering with acne, like, I really, like, don't believe everything they say about Accutane being like the worst thing. It really isn't. You can get on a low dose of Accutane and it can work wonders. I really didn't experience side effects. Any side effects I experienced were extremely bearable, which is pretty much just dry skin. So that's just what I'll say on that. And I just wouldn't go to birth control as the first option. But that's my 2 cents. I'm not here to give medical advice. I'm not a physician. I'm a lawyer, not a medical doctor. So I'm just sharing my journey and what I would do differently if I were to be able to reverse time. That's all. Okay, so now step 3. This is my blood. So they drew my blood yesterday in Dr. Emer's office. Right here, you can see kind of like a little prick. So this only is only good through today. So I refrigerated this last night. They spun my blood. This is kind of what they do with the RF or PRF microneedling. Because this is supposedly supposed to help you recover better. So I'm going to just spread this all over my face. Now I'm going to be applying my blood to my face. Oh! Y'all, that squirted in my eye. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I caught that live. How funny is that? It should be fine, right? Because it's just my blood. It doesn't hurt. Y'all here on YouTube are really getting quite the show. Okay. We're good now. Okay. Cat, well, I hope that doesn't happen. Yeah, supposedly you can't, like, nobody else can use this. Like, your blood has to be yours to help you recover. So they had applied some of this stuff right after the procedure, and then they sent me home with the extra vials. Ah, okay. I'm just trying to use it all up. So I probably have enough vials to use for the first couple of days, every like 8 hours. You wouldn't do well with the aftercare? Yeah, they made sure that I was willing to be very diligent about my skincare routine after the procedure. So you definitely have to be willing to do that. So basically, what they did was, what Dr. Emer did was inject some filler into the areas where he saw that I had scarring that were like pitted. And then, and supposedly he's the only physician in the United States that does that procedure. And there's only one other physician that does something similar to that procedure in Australia, is what he said. So this is supposedly like groundbreaking technology. I'm just holding up a little fan so that that can kind of dry so that I can move on to the next phase. Which there isn't that many more phases, y'all. There's only like a couple of other things that I have to put on my face after this. So yeah, I'm just really grateful that he is within driving distance from me. And if y'all aren't already familiar with Dr. Emer's work, um he's a dermatologist, he's a plastic surgeon. I don't know how many boards he's certified in, but yeah, I'm kind of just starting to feel a little bit of like a sensation now. So something's being kind of stimulated. And now it's kind of coming back down. Maybe it was like that air. Maybe it's like opening my pores. So for the next few days, supposedly this is going to be like starting to peel off. So I'm just going to be um, capturing my progress over the next few days. But after he did the initial injections, and that's what you see him doing in the thumbnail of this video, he then went in with like 3 different types of lasers. So one was like ablative, and then one was like non-ablative. So my understanding is like one kind is like kind of like leaving, if you can imagine, like grid marks on your face, and then the other kind is like doing the entire surface. So that's in the video that he's showing where he's doing my forehead, and it's just being like covered in just white lines. And then what was also kind of weird is that he's simultaneously holding a tube. So it seems as though like my skin is kind of like flying out, and the tube is like suctioning up my skin as he's doing these laser treatments. That kind of, you can, so the filler treatment he does is an experimental phase, and it's almost been perfected in the US and Korea. It's expected to become more mainstream in the 2030s. Interesting, Kat. Thank you for that. Yeah, so he is one of the things that I really admire about him is how transparent he is, and he doesn't hesitate to talk about how he's gotten booed off of stages for this breakthrough, groundbreaking procedure that he feels so passionately about. And one of the things I'm really excited for when it comes to this procedure is the fact that this filler that he injects into acne scarring is permanent, okay? Permanent. Unlike Botox and like the filler that we put in our like lips and stuff like that. What is interesting is I had to pay a little bit extra, a little bit extra for Botox because the majority of my scarring that he was using the filler on was on my forehead. So he said he didn't want me to have any movement in my forehead because, well, I guess while the filler is settling in. So it's kind of like a bonus that I'm getting like no movement in my forehead, but also he had to do it. So I didn't have that choice. So for a lot of people, they have acne scars on their cheeks. I have some scarring on my cheeks, but not as much as my forehead. So I don't think that the Botox is necessary if you have acne scarring, like for instance, primarily on your temples and cheeks. So that was just something interesting. And he did give me a discount if anyone's interested for like putting myself out there on social media and being willing to do this. But to be honest, like I for me, I was motivated to go see Dr. Emer because I saw him working on other people that had similar concerns as me. And so if I didn't see all of his work and him being so transparent about it on his social media accounts, I probably wouldn't have, been so inspired by it. So in reality, I wish I would have found Dr. Emer a lot sooner, because I've tried, if y'all have been following me and my account, I've been documenting my skincare journey and how I've gotten a series of cool peel lasers that, I paid a pretty penny for. And although I do find that they helped, it wasn't the drastic transformation that I was hoping for. And again, I think it's because the lasers that I had gotten done in the past were just conservative lasers, because one, I didn't have the downtime planned, so these were like considered weekend lasers. So I would get them done on like Friday, and then I would get up on here and do my makeup live the Sunday after that, and then go to work the next Monday, and I would be able to wear makeup, and it really like wasn't too obvious. And then right now I happen to be on vacation, which is another reason why I'm like really thankful that Dr. Emer was able to get me in, because I have the downtime. So this obviously will need significantly more downtime than just like your standard cool peel CO2 laser. So I just feel like I'm in really good hands. I'm just applying some eye drops just because of that stuff going into my eyes, which hopefully is fine. Okay, so the next two and the last two steps, next step here is so hopefully, what are these? I think these are called like exosomes or something. I don't know. It's the shit that they take out of my blood and then they spin it. It's supposed to help recover, like the recovery process. So this is, so let me film this. Okay. Hydrating Emer Skin Halo B Hydrating Serum. Okay. Next, I'm going in with the Emer Skin Halo B Hydrating Serum. This is supposed to help plump and repair. So the directions on this bottle are to apply 4 to 5 drops to clean face, neck, and chest at least once daily. So I will only be applying this to my face. How cute is this little bottle, y'all? It's nice and it's glass and it's heavy. Hey, Susan. Okay, that was like 6 drops or something. I still don't feel like it's enough, so I'm like putting more on. Um, I don't know if I mentioned, but what was interesting is that they said that they get a lot of people making appointments during like getting close to Halloween. Because that's why I was like, dang, too bad it's not Halloween. This would be the perfect costume. Because like I said, I'm expecting to like peel for the next 2 days in a pretty gnarly way. Oh, I'm so sorry you still have a fever, cat. The most glamorous wound care. Give this video a like, please, y'all. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel to keep seeing the progress. Drop a comment if you're watching this on the replay. All right. So there's that. Now, the last step, second to the last, is going to be this one. So this is the BPC 157 GHK CU topical cream. Hope y'all caught that. Okay, so this is what the ingredients are, which mean nothing to me. But that's what that is. Okay. Thin layer on face and neck. I'm only doing my face. Ooh, new Pat McGrath palette announced. I'm gonna have to go check that out. All right. Just give me a sec. I'm gonna film this. All right, now step 3 is to go in with this BPC 157 GHK CU topical cream. So I'm being instructed to apply one thin layer to my face. Has kind of like a blue tone to it. Reminds me of like the Tatcha cream. Cute. What is that? Like their indigo cream? That's blue. Gonna do another pump. Oh, the water cream? Yeah, this is more like purpley actually. It's this one that I'm thinking about. The dewy skin cream. This one's purple, right? Yeah. Actually, yeah, so it's kind of like a similar tone. This one's a little bit more blue than the Tatcha one. Just gives it a little something something. Oh, okay. The dewy skin is more lavender. Gotcha. I couldn't remember. I've used those all though. I love Tatcha. All right. There's that. And the last step, I'll just wipe my hands off real quick and this little bowl of water that I have here. Okay. The last step is to take my pills. So they prescribed me some pills that I went and picked up at the pharmacy. I don't know if these have my address on them, so I don't really want to. Let me see. Just making sure before I put them up online. All right. These are the 2 medications. So it says KPV 500 mcg capsule. Take 1 capsule. I'm not really sure which one of these the KPV is, because they're both 500 milligrams. One is a generic for Voltrex and the other one is Duracef. I know that they were supposed to prescribe me TXA, which I assume to mean tranexamic acid for my melasma. So hopefully one of these is that. And then the other one I know is an antibiotic. So I don't know which one is which, but I'm just going to take them both. It's a little confusing because the instructions say KPV. And neither of these say KPV. This is what they prescribed, so this is what I picked up at the pharmacy. Hey, Stephanie. Oh, Tatcha's at Costco now? Wow. I'm all about it. All right. I'll probably go Google what these are after I take them. I'm supposed to film that. Hold on. Now I'm going to be taking my meds that I was prescribed, 1 of each. And that's it. And that's it for my day 1 AM skincare routine. All right. Okay. So this one looks like this. This one looks like this. And I'll just take them both at the same time. I love Costco too. Having a little bit of electrolytes water. And I'm instructed not to go in the sun for the next few days. And I made sure to ask when the first time is that I can wear makeup. And they said that after everything peels off. So it might take a few days. I'm not looking forward to the peeling process because I'm expecting it to be very itchy. So they said that I shouldn't be peeling it off. And if I find myself getting itchy, I should just be applying more skincare. Only certain products that... Okay. I haven't been to Costco in forever. I wonder which of the products they have on there. They have there, but that's cool. Making it more accessible to people, hopefully at a good price. All right, y'all. That's it for my AM skincare routine. This is going to be phase 1. Are y'all seeing this backwards when I hold it up? Yes, correct, Kat. This also serves as a PSA. Thank you for the reminder that I won't be making myself up for Jesus this week. We will be peeling for Jesus this week instead. Exactly. So I have some empties that I kind of want to go through and show y'all. So I was thinking about jumping on here and doing a live on that. I have a bunch of Hakuhodo brushes that I still have to lacquer, and I got some questions on how I do that. So I was kind of considering maybe filming a couple lives that don't require me to put makeup on for y'all. But I don't really know who wants to see my face like this during an empties video. So for the Hakuhodo lacquering the handles, I could probably just film me doing it with my hands without showing my face. I don't know. All I know is I'm going to be sitting around for the next few days having time to edit and film content for y'all. So, but it's just going to be certain type of filming. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining. I hope this was helpful. And that's a wrap. You're prepared for both lives? All right. Thank you so much. You're like my number one fan. I love you, Kat. Thank you so much, Susan and Stephanie, for being here. Any questions, leave them down below in the comment section after I post this. And stay tuned for more progress updates. Bye. Love you.